I will be presenting how to be an entrepreneur. I'm Luke Kazuki, and today I will be presenting on how to be an entrepreneur, as well as discussing the things that I learned in my entrepreneur class this year and some of the group activities and presentations that we completed and learned how to do. One of the first steps to be an entrepreneur is to have an entrepreneur mindset. You could have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. A growth mindset is always keeping positive thoughts, whereas a fixed mindset are negative thoughts such as, I'm quitting, this is too hard. As an entrepreneur, being able to create and recognize opportunities is very important. You need to be ready for when the opportunity presents itself to attack it. Or if you're creating your opportunities, find a need and attack that need so that you can be successful. An important part of the process of being an entrepreneur that I learned about in this class was design thinking. There are 5 main parts in design thinking: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Following this plan will help you be successful as an entrepreneur. Another important part is building a business model. In order to build a business model, you first need to identify the problem. Next, you will need to identify who needs that problem solved, and then you will test your idea. Doing this will make you be successful. Next, you will need to develop your customers. At the end of the day, if you don't have any customers to buy your product or service, you will not be successful. There are 4 main parts when developing your customers. They are customer discovery, customer validation, customer creation, and company building. Our first project in this class was to create a pitch on something that Manhattan is missing. Here in the picture you can see my group did Aggieville's Diner. We created a diner that was open for families during the day and late at night, and at night turned into a bar and speakeasy underneath. Another important part in the process is testing and experiencing with new ideas. Testing your products and learning from your failures is very important to be successful. Without failure, you will never be successful. No successful person has ever made it there without experiencing failure. As an entrepreneur, you have to get used to failure and learning from your failure. Learning from failure is one of the biggest keys in order to be successful. Failure will only make you successful and will only help you learn from it and make you better in the end and be more successful. Another important part is creating revenue models. What you're going to do with your money and how much money you are going to get is very, very important in a business. How much you're going to pay your coworkers, operating costs, and other things are very important to keep in mind when doing this. Another very important part in this process is finding resources. Where are you going to get the money? Where are you going to test and develop your product? Finding resources is very important. Who you know and networking is a big factor when finding resources. When being an entrepreneur, networking is very, very important. Who you know can be more important than what you know. Networking and being able to make real relationships, real business relationships, and being able to talk to people is very, very important. Another essential step is financing for startups. Finding where you're going to get your money to start your business is very key. You can finance for your startup by talking to friends and family to try to get some money, or crowdfunding or taking a loan from the bank, and many other ways. Another big project that we did in this class was create a Shark Tank-like pitch for a guy named Darnell Wapples. For my pitch, I created Trusted Process Training. Trusted Process Training was a virtual app that you could train basketball-wise straight from home. The mission statement for Trusted Process Training is Trusted Process Training is a virtual basketball workout program designed for players at all levels to better their game and health at any time, anywhere. And then our vision was to reach all athletes all around the world, teaching them about the game of basketball and bettering their athletic abilities, making it easy as a click or tap away. Navigating legal issues is another very essential part in being an entrepreneur. Not getting in trouble and running your business ethically and within the law is very important to be successful and to not get shut down or get in trouble. As an entrepreneur, you must be able to market and pitch your idea. You must be ready at all times to market and pitch your idea. You must know your company and know what you want and be able to negotiate and communicate with those interested in buying your product or buying stock in your company. As an entrepreneur, it is very important to support social entrepreneurship. It is important to support the local entrepreneurs around you and support their business and create friends. We could not all do it all by ourselves, so it is very important to keep the human-like aspect and help each other out. The final project that we did in this class was this assignment right here, the Pecha Kucha assignment. Pecha Kucha is 20 slides, 20 seconds long, and it should be short and very creative and interactive. Thank you. Those are the important aspects that I learned into being an entrepreneur in my entrepreneurship class this year. I enjoyed the class and learned many new things that I did not know about entrepreneurship before. I will appreciate this class later in the future